much weight it holds here. You know, because SeaBass is coming off of that set from Vince where he won 2-0, and I got to be honest with you, I don't think anyone was really expecting the set to go that way, especially Vince is a very prominent Roy. Just like Zane is a very prominent duck hunt, so we'll see if this Ganon's got the sauce to, I mean, this is, you know, one set away from winners finals here.
I feel like we ought to be expecting Can as a breakout tool from Zane more often than as a space control. You know, it's frame one, it's a get out of jail. He pays a little bit of percentage and might lose stage positioning at the cost of getting away from Ganondorf. That is more than worth it.
Absolutely, man. And, you know, Zane is okay. Starting things off very quickly here. Stock taken within 30 seconds. And
oh, we might see another one? No, not yet. Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be an adjustment for SeaBass. He's really going to have to kind of, oh, you know what, though? Like,
he's adjusting just fine.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Duck Hunt is so vulnerable off stage, and there's a part of me I was just like, well, you know, Zane's got the can to cover them, and it's okay, but, like, that dare comes out super fast. I won't be surprised to see another one of those come out, but it is going to have to get Zane off stage in order to do that. And this, I mean, this is about as even as it gets here. Can in play, you just never really know exactly what's going to happen when that thing's out. And slugging away here at Zane, SeaBass in another position where he is. Dude, that can is a lifesaver.
It truly is. Like, everyone's always talking about, like, all the weird tools that are in Duck Hunt's kit. Sometimes it's just the simplicity of the matter that, like, interrupting someone or something just carries so much value.
That's twice I've seen him in this tournament survive an otherwise lethal hit just because the can ended up, you know, trading hits. But speaking of which, that is going to be a traded hit that goes very much in Zane's favor. Don't want to challenge that.
I do like how SeaBass has been trying their best to like keep the can at a distance. Forward tilt is an especially good tool. Great dash tag, bust through everything Zane's putting in front of him. And neutral, not a bad option, but I think that point where SeaBass got put onto last stock is just a screwy one in general. And here they're just taking a bunch of damage, like as is to be expected.
And I will point out that the loser of this set will go on to play Rivers, so we'll see. You know, that's just something to keep in the back of your mind here as we see who comes out here, because this is somewhat of a slugfest. I mean, you could expect that a lot with Ganon. Oh my god, the way the can just reverses like that. But like, yeah, there's something, you know, you don't really expect when you see Duck Hunt out here. Maybe when you see Ganon, but in any case, SeaBass is barely hanging on. Does have the capacity to take out Duck Hunt pretty quickly, though.
You know, Max Rage Ganondorf hurts. Like, for lack of fancy wording, character hurts. Like, Zane still has to play with all of the carefulness as if SeaBass was at 0%. And
wow,
excellent air dodge.
Good evasiveness coming out from Zane. That looked like a sure thing for SeaBass, and you know, I think SeaBass was mostly just waiting to line up that dare. Just didn't get it.
Oh. Back air hitting from the weirdest of angles, but SeaBass staying alive. That can at a precarious angle is not enough to stop him yet. Yeah, that's going to do it. Okay, just way too much stuff extending around dash attacks. Going to end up killing SeaBass down near 200%. Zane's taking that game one.
I mean, that's a nice job. It's a good hustle from SeaBass, keeping this thing very close. This is, like you said, on paper, this looks like a mess for Ganon, but, you know, SeaBass making us question that.
I mean, I think SeaBass played this out superbly. Like, from the spacing of his normals to, like, the times when he decided to really just go in on Zane, I think the decision-making was all really well done. It's just a couple of choice situations here and there where I think they took a bit of unnecessary damage, because they're going to be taking hits for free. Like, that's just how this is going to go. But if they can pick and choose those situations better when they can lag behind or approach with shield as opposed to trying to intercept with aerials, I actually wouldn't be surprised to see this go to a game 3. And I don't even feel like it's from Zane playing poorly, because I think Zane played by the book there. It's just Ganondorf hurts. There really is nothing else to say about that. He's strong. He takes like 6 hits to even up a minute and a half's worth of pressure that you output on him. That's how it goes.
It's true, man. And even like I think it's this one. Yeah, where he dies basically trading with the can. I mean, there's a lot of learning happening here too. Like just knowing that you can't do that, for example, is something now that SeaBass is going to be able to kind of log into the matchup knowledge here. So here we are heading over to Battlefield, see how this treats SeaBass, and if Zane's able to just kind of make this a quick 2-0, or if we do see Game 3, because it is definitely possible.
Playing into the triplats, I think, is kind of dangerous, but I don't think SeaBass was given any better choice. I feel like a lot of stages would just give Duck Hunt too much space, and that was actually brilliant, making sure that down air connects off the can, too. Okay, excellent coverage from Zane. I loved seeing it.
Yeah, and this might be one of those cases, too. Oh, my goodness gracious. Zane is, you know, very seasoned with these brackets and just seasoned in general as a player. So, you know, don't be surprised when you see, like, the top player thing happen where it's like, okay, game 1 was close and that was fun, but, like, I've totally kind of, wow, great tech. You know, I've got what you're going to do down, and good Lord, that was just a disaster.
The gunman wasn't enough to stop.
He literally just shot Ganon in the chest, and Ganon, just unfazed, just continued doing the thing.
Imagine no-selling a shotgun like that at point-blank range.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rough out here for the wild gunmen sometimes.
It's true, man. Those guys are literally the sacrifices. Dog calling all the shots here. Alright, dude, yeah, this is looking okay. I thought that was gonna be clean for Zane, but dude.
What a tech.
I guess if you're playing Ganon and you're getting barraged off stage constantly, you just gotta really be prepared for techs.
Yeah, the intricacies of the matchup, I'm sure SeaBass is forced to learn in quick succession, but stuff like getting harassed, like all match, is nothing SeaBass hasn't seen before.
Yeah, smart choice to recover high there if you're Zane, because you know, they could have died in a moment there. We already saw the dare come out in game 1, and you know, now whether it be an F tilt, fair, something. I
don't want to know how SeaBass knew he had a parry,
dude,
but I'm glad he did.
SeaBass is like a mind reader. I don't really get how. I don't get it, but it's hype. There we go.
Oh, you're not taking that. You're not taking that. Alright.
Yeah, good swing.
We're down to about as even as a game as this can get.
Yeah, and this is, again, man, you know, SeaBass is going down very, very early and able to turn things back around. Like, just the overall composure, despite that JV, yeah, whatever. Despite, whatever the terminology is. Despite being taken out there at 0% from Zane, like, that was actually, the story of that game was a little closer than it led on. You know, the classic 2-0, but close, though, as it were, when you consider all things happening.
Definitely. This play on the right-hand side, the extension of the down air, look how far out that was. That's not like that normally. That down air is very precise to hit, but the can making it just a little thicker. And then, Kendra don't care about gunmen. Yeah, so I think this is a great VOD for people to study, not just for Ganon players, but I think in general for if you really want to understand how to play into a disadvantaged matchup. And, like, if you're playing one of these characters who's just well regarded as not being as competitively viable as some other characters, like, this here I think is just prime play for knowing how to play to your strengths, regardless of how it looks on paper.
Yeah, just see the other gunmen just getting taken out again. Those guys are definitely real troopers in that set, because I feel like SeaBass was just kind of messing them up.
I mean, it's genuinely the best thing to do. Not only do your hitboxes extend off of them, but when they enter that animation of falling down or they lose their hats or whatever, Duck Hunt can't spawn another one until they go away. Mm-hmm. So you could actually you could like refresh that animation on them and force them to not come back for an extended period of time, which is a weird bit of counterplay to Duck Hunt, but as always, remember, like, Duck Hunt has like 3 layers of stuff going on, so you just got to be prepared for everything. Totally. Duck Hunt is easily the character that you need to do your homework for if you have to worry about fighting one.